hear me, great. If not, I'll voice over. But one of the things that I remember, and the reason why I started painting as an adult, is because growing up I was always different. Intentionally later, because of influence from things I'd seen from travel. try to draw from what I used to be and what made me happy before I discovered all of these other distractions in the world. And the one thing that I remember as a child was that I liked to draw, sketch, art, color, paint, whatever. And that's what drove me back to doing what I'm doing today. And I also had some leftovers from jobs I had done, so I was like, why throw this stuff away when I can use it as part of the media to relax and do my hobby. And later I will show you why, another reason why I don't hobby anymore. I've already spread footprints, you probably can't see that, but I have stepped in the paint already. And I have evidence, I have evidence that I was in the garage when I'm not supposed to be in the garage. Tool set number 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so I think the Basquiat documentary got me and totally changed my mind. Totally changed my mind. We'll come back in a little bit after everything dries up, and I'll try again in a minute. Oh, that's what that noise is. It's like, who is that running up on me? Yeah, so I got more cleanup than I got work. Yeah, but anyway, it is what it is, guys. We'll talk to y'all in a little bit, try to get the next portion out. So this picture, I can't see it well. That picture is on the back side of the one of Akhenaten the King. This one, which is going to be, I don't have a title for it yet, but I think that's going to be my futuristic village, like the image I have of the perfect place I would want to live if it was in ancient times. Okay, that's what this one will represent. My perfect idea of what a metropolis should look like now, or should have looked like in the day. And several dimensions are here. These are the mountains. Cypress trees, cactus, whatnot. I put that red there because it's actually going to be the sun, or that will be a, you know how when you take a picture and you have those rings, those reflection rings, like a water splatter, but in a picture in light form. And then another, once again, backdrop. I know I used a marker here, and that's because to remind me to, actually, I think I drew with the marker first, so I would know where my mountains went. So the marker can always be painted over. I don't use a traditional method. I wasn't trained to paint. All we had was watercolors in elementary, so I have no formal training past 2nd grade or whatever. One day school project outside of kindergarten. So, all right, anyway, it's multiple dimensions. And then you can see here these little blocks. These represent where buildings should be placed. You see there I have the waterfall there, which I need to touch up there. You know what I mean? It's village, we call it lakeside, riverside huts, and so on and so forth. I actually had this really nice This was a bridge. I don't know why. I had this lighthouse here. I had water coming out of here before I blurred it all up. It was really nice. Super nice. I had it all squared up. I might just paint it over for some strange reason. But things happen. Not really worried about that either. I did it for some reason. I just can't remember. So from now on, I'll start documenting on paper what phase I am, so I can be more professional and keep up with my mind frame at that time, so I can justify why I destroyed or why I painted over something that was perfectly okay at the beginning. And I think here again, you will see these lines here, and those were, I put those there to give me scale and position, not just for like the guidelines. And then here again, you can see I have this crayon mark here. That's going to be how the sun reflects off of this pyramid here. I have it written down, and I think I wrote some language across here. And so this is language, English. This is art language. And this is architectural language. This is color language. And this is texture language along here. And this is supposed to be the sun in the beginning. And I was just gonna make the city all down here and let all of this be a blank. I got too fancy and ahead of myself, so that's what that is. I think I messed up and saw a Basquiat documentary. If you're watching this video, you're lucky, because you're gonna see me do some things that I haven't done on a different level. I have done previously, but differently. I always take stuff, as I've been mentioning, and I make things out of it. So when I had my windows tinted, the gentleman was trying to clean up. I was like, no, I get it. And neither did he know, and I didn't want him to know that I was gonna take these strips and apply them to some of my works, like especially the cloth works. Like, God, it's hard for me to get my bearings. Like this one, for instance. Yeah, and I also don't want to drop. I don't want to drop. I'm all in your face. I don't want to drop my camera or my phone on the paint. I've dropped it in other places, but I can't think of anything worse than the paint. It's waterproof, so I'll leave it at that. And then I saved this, which is going to be the solar panel on one of my model. It's going to be a solar display or something on one of my model. I see I fly over there, flying over the paint. He got it, y'all. So I'm gonna have to put that on the list of media that I have on one of my paintings. He's not gonna make it. I can't save him. It's too late. He's oh, he got off. Okay. Well, now I have fly. What do flies have? Feet? Talons? I have fly prints now on one of your paint. I'm gonna have to label that one. It's gonna be worth it. Get off of there, fly. So I can see him. It's probably already dry enough for his weight. He probably just got sticky. He's flying around fine. I was hoping he wouldn't get stuck because that kind of would have been awkward. And I think he would have stayed there until he was bumped or something. I would have had the frame, to really capture the essence of that, I would have had the frame, put that in a glass frame and leave it like that so he wouldn't get knocked off or deteriorate and become brittle during a move or transport or whatever. I doubt if any of that stuff is gonna sell, but you never know. Some people are quirky, just like I am. Oh yeah, right here. I don't know if you saw that too. I think I told you about. These are some pickets back here. Man, my inversion is. These are pickets right behind me, right where the middle of my finger is. They're pickets, but I'm gonna try to change them into I'm gonna try to change them into some sort of structure, just for to give my backyard a little depth, to give my fence line a little punch. Maybe next to some shrubs, make it look like row. My main objective is kind of make them look like row houses, or what I think they call them, lighthouses now. That's the new architecture. But a lighthouse is basically a row house, a row looking house, but when it's independent by itself and not just connected to a series of houses right next to one another, like an apartment or a duplex or a condo. So that's kind of what I'm saving those for. I just put a gentle coat. I probably should be painting them right now. I'm not really ready to get my rollers out either, because I don't like using rollers because, they get all lopsided and lumpy. I like to save those for the end so I can get everything with one roller. Everything's so not really expensive now, but it's just more. It costs more than they used to, and I can't. Dollar here, dollar there, $1.25. I used to be able to get 5 items for $5. Now I get 4 for $5, which is still not bad. It's always was a deal, but you kind of get on that mindset. So that quarter, mop bucket and go in the house and mop and get that out of the way. I got to do that anyway. And I have some LED lights I need to put up inside in the kitchen, so I'm gonna mess with that for a minute, y'all. Quick jaw jacking to get out your face. Maybe have that happen, see what's going on, let the sun come out a little bit, test my paint in another 30 minutes to an hour, heat, and with no delay I shall return.